Today we're going to start a new job, and I wanted to do a video on a really simple repair. I've been getting requests on this sort of thing, and so what we have is a chip on a plate, and this is a rather routine repair and a simple thing, and then I just wanted to do a simple job. So we're going to use A+B putty for this. I already have it mixed up, and first thing I did is I cleaned the plate very well, and I used 409 dishwashing detergent, got it really nice and clean, got all the grease and dirt and stuff off it, and we'll get good adhesion here. So we'll begin now. So this is the A+B product. This is what it looks like in the package, and when you mix it up, it looks like this. It's good, stiff putty. So I've got my A+B putty mixed up here, and I'm using an old ceramic tile, which is what I usually mix my putties on. It's a nice stiff thing. It's easy to clean off when I'm done. So I'm going to begin with, here's the way the edge of this looks. And so most of the damage is, there's more missing material on the front than there is on the back. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of tape. This is just masking tape. And this isn't essential, it's just a handy little backup here. And because we're working on the edge of this thing, we're likely to, if I didn't have that backup there, I would be constantly pushing it over the edge and making it hard to get this pushed into. What I'm doing is I'm working it down so that I'm forcing it up against the broken edge in there. So I want to get good adhesion to that. It's rough, and I want to make sure I force it into the cracks and crevices and the uneven edge. Keep my tool from sticking, I'm using water to dip my tool into. Make it nice and smooth. And I'm not so worried about accuracy here, as I want to get it overfilled. The idea is I can plane it down to the surface I need. I will let this sit overnight, get hard, and I'll come back in the morning, pull the tape off, and see if we need to put any on the back. So that's the first stage. This will go very quickly, actually, when we do the repair. It is now the next day, and I'm ready to take the tape off of this backing tape, which need to do a little bit of fill here. But I'm going to go ahead and file this down anyway, and then we'll see how much fill we have to do there. Do just a little bit. And I'm going to use this bean bag to afford me a holder while I do my filing. Give me a little bit of a Alright, so we need to do another fill on this to bring it up to the level I need it and get the shape of this piece here. And this has to, so it was a little high and I planed it down some. And I need to do it again. So as you can see how this corner should look, it's got a long piece with a dip in the middle, and then there's a dip here. So we need to bring this out to here and then curve in. So we need a little more fill in here. I'm a little low right here, and I'm a little bit low on the back side. So we'll put some more A plus B on there, overfill it, and we'll file it down tomorrow when it gets cured again. So we just do this until the shape is correct for the lines of the plate. And this, as you can see with my filing here, this stuff is extremely hard. And also, by the way, these files, as long as I'm careful, I'm not going to scratch this porcelain with these files. You don't want to use diamond files with this. It will definitely scratch it.
What are these? What are those?
These are steel files. And they're slightly worn. But even if they weren't, they will not scratch this porcelain. If you push hard enough, you will scratch it. But if you're careful, it should be fine. Okay, so I'm going to add my second round of fills to this. Okay, it is the next day now, and my second round of fills has cured. It's nice and hard. And we're going to file that down and shape it. It's the contours of my bowl. Alright, so I've shaped my second round of fills. I've got the outline of my edge, and I'm just cleaning up my filing just to make sure to get all the stuff that the file won't get. And I'm sanding along there. And now We'll do one more round of fills, only this time it's going to be milliput. And because there are tiny little pits, there are a couple here, one there, one here, a little bit of roughness on this edge where the edge was broken and roughly broken. And in here are some microchips that happened around some radiating cracks and some tiny flakes of the finish had flying out. So we're going to do a round of milliput over this, which is a much finer and softer fill to get all the dings and dents and tiny imperfections out of there. So we'll do a fill of that, and we'll file and sand that down, and that should be enough. If it's not, we'll do 1 or 2 rounds of it until that's perfectly smooth. And so that'll be the next stage. Okay, we've got the milliput mixed up. Smear it on. I'm overfilling any place I think I might need this. Then we'll be able to file it and sand it down smooth. Couple of spots on the edge here. Okay, we'll let that cure overnight and come back tomorrow and file and sand that down. It's the next day now, and my milliput that we did yesterday is now cured, and I'm going to file it down. Okay, so I've filed down my milliput fills, and I'm going to finish that off with a quick sand. This will get the stuff that the file didn't get. Take some of that sandpaper stroke marks out. So now it's all nice and even, rebuilt. See, this milliput will get into areas, it's very, very fine. It'll get into cracks. I mean, it's got into the crazing here. It's so fine. Alright, so now we're going to do a milliput on that. Couple coats of couple coats of cold glaze, and then we'll put some paint on it. So we're going to do a cold glaze on this. That's it. So I've mixed up my color, put it in my airbrush. So I got 2 or 3 coats of cold glaze on my repair. Looks great. Now I just need to add a little touch up of color on this edge. I'll get some cold glaze on that and buff it up and we'll be done. The Chinese bowl now is complete. The repair is complete, and the part I repaired is right here, and there was a chip. And essentially, I never show this step in the process, which I do to almost every repair, is the final stage of application of a cold glaze and buffing that up. And to do that, I use a Silmasta cold glaze, and it is sanded with this stuff called micro mesh. And here I show the grits through which I work, starting with 2400, 3200, 4000, up to 6000. Sometimes I go to 8, and then I finish it off polishing with this stuff. And as you can see, it gets very, very glossy finish. Shines it up like glass. So it matches the sheen of the porcelain. And now this object is finished.